for a mouse.
As I keep seeing questions popping up regarding the stealth system, I decided to make this video to explain the basics, which factors are important to stay hidden and how to perform stealth kills. Stealth mode can only be performed while crouching and lying on the ground. If you activate stealth mode while standing, your character will automatically switch into crouch stance. You can see that stealth is active when the stealth icon is slightly yellowed. In addition, there will now be another stealth bar shown on the floor outside of the character selection circle. This bar will show whether the character is currently being detected. When an enemy is starting to see the character, he will often do a "huh?" and an exclamation mark will appear above him. The stealth bar on the floor will now start to turn red. This can also be seen on the left side in the party overview. Once the bar is completely red, the character has been discovered and the enemies will sound the alarm.
Enemy spotted!
So, what factors play a role in how well you stay hidden? While enemies cannot see through a solid wall, a bunch of trees and rocks are of limited help. The enemies can quite easily see through that. Which doesn't mean that hiding behind a rock wouldn't help at all, it just doesn't help massively. In the developer diary it sounds as if the enemies have a harder time detecting you if you are in the bushes, but the effects in the game are not really recognizable. What does make a clear difference is whether you are crouching or lying down. Remember, however, that lying characters will also have a harder time getting away once they start getting discovered. Another factor is whether it's day or night time. At night, characters can stay hidden more easily as long as they stay in the dark, which is indicated by a black dot next to the character's name. If characters move into the light, they get a white dot and are now easier to see. When approaching for a stealth attack, it is very important that the enemy is looking away from you. While you're still getting detected, it will be much slower. Doing a stealth kill with a knife by running straight into the enemy's face will be quite difficult. So what does a character look like that is as difficult to detect as possible? First of all, the stat agility is determining how well you're sneaking. However, you should not expect a miracle from a difference of 10 points. Between Blood with 94 and Wolf with 83 points, there is no difference in regards to the detection range. In addition, there's also a perk that you can take when leveling up, which will improve sneaking. And last but not least, there's a trait which a character either has from the start or not at all, as it cannot be trained. Characters who have this trait are Igor, Mouse, Thor, Shadow, Reaper and Magic, and you can select that on your own character during creation. Let's get to the bloody side of stealth, doing stealth attacks which potentially receive extra damage and kill enemies instantly. You have a chance to land an instant stealth kill whenever your character is in stealth. If the fight is already ongoing in turn-based mode and the enemies are aware of the attack, but not the individual character, there's still a chance, but it is smaller. You can see that there is a chance for a stealth kill at the symbol above the enemy. When aiming, you can also see roughly how high this chance is going to be, which is higher if you are going for a headshot. Before we get to knife attacks, let's look at firearms first. Several things can happen after or during the kill, and this depends on many different factors. First up, we got the gun itself. If the gun is really loud, the fight will trigger normally, as enemies are likely going to hear the shot and they will do their repositioning turn. Each weapon has a different noise level. If you kill an enemy with a silencer and no one hears or sees it, you remain in real-time mode. But oftentimes that's hard to do, especially if you play on higher difficulty levels where the enemies are much more attentive. Often they will either see their bodies drop dead or find the corpse a few seconds later.
Intruder! Alarm!
When the enemy is being killed by a successful ambush, and not just by weapon damage, but is seen being killed while the shooter is still hidden, and also not hurt, then the enemies are surprised at first. If you simply end the round, they will just enter their turn as usual. If on the other hand you attack again, they will get a repositioning turn, followed by the full turn once you finish yours. If the shooter is heard or seen from the start, or a corpse is found, then the enemies are going to receive a repositioning turn right away. By the way, this repositioning turn exists in the game as the player always receives the first full turn. Assassination with a knife works a little differently. Here you have the luxury of being able to aim with a knife in advance and prepare the stealth attack. This actually makes the kill much less hectic and safer, as you can concentrate on the sneaking part. All you have to do is to get close to the enemy, and then your merc will automatically cut the enemy's throat in complete silence. The problem of someone seeing his friend drop dead still exists though. As with normal attacks, it is of course also important that you hit the target in the first place. But even if you hit, neither firearms nor knives guarantee that the target will be killed by an assassination kill. You might remember the stealth kill chance in the previously mentioned tooltip. When this attack is being performed and hits, but it doesn't succeed as stealth kill, then the enemy might only take damage or even die, but the other enemies will then sound the alarm. How can you improve your character so that the stealth attack will actually end up in an undetected stealth kill? Well, first up you can take a look at your weapon. With a silencer, for example, the attack will be less noisy. A specialized scope will increase the chance to stealth kill the target. Regarding the attributes, dexterity is the one you would want to increase to improve your chances. In addition, there's a perk which increases the chance as well, and at the same time causes the target to be suppressed in case the target does survive. Another perk will increase the stealth kill chance if you go to the 3rd aim level or beyond. And with that, you know the basics. I hope that this video was helpful to you and you are now ready for your assassination career as one-man army. Thank you for watching and until next time.
Oh, enemy spotted!
Taking a walk. Copy that. No problem.